All right, welcome to free agency, folks. I was actually out to dinner. I didn't want to talk about free agency per se that fast. I wanted things to settle. There's so much noise when free agency starts. So I went right to Woj's page, and we're going to go through everything. No, not everything, as much as we can do within the time that we have. Bradley Beal signing a 5-year, $250 million contract is insane. I don't know if he's ever going to win there. So I don't know what's going on there. Anthony Simons earned this contract. 4 years, $100 million. Carried the team when Dame wasn't there. He got his shot and he didn't miss it. And when CJ was traded, he really got to show what he was worth. He got injured at the end of the year, but completely worth it. Obviously, Bobby Portis was going to return to Milwaukee. Signed a team-friendly deal last year. I think it was 1 year, $6 million. So no team-friendly this year. 4 year, $49 million. He's worth more in the locker room and just for the energy of the team, the crowd, rather than the value of the contract for his numbers he puts on the court, which are not bad, but it's just he's more than just the numbers. Daniel House, I don't know how he got the 2-year deal from the Sixers. He's been jumping around. I think he was on the Knicks for like a cup of coffee and like 4 other teams last year, give or take. So he has a home for at least 2 years. Tyus Jones returning to the Memphis Grizzlies is a surprise. You would think that he would want to go and star in his own show, but I think a lot of free agency money dried up pretty fast after Jalen Brunson signed with the Knicks. Amir Coffey, he's not really relevant. Damian Jones, not relevant. Chris Boucher going back to the Raptors. He earned a contract, long, lengthy, good shooter, decent defender. Good deal for him. Lou Dort really earned this contract. This contract shocked me. 5 years, $87 million. Very much deserved. This guy is a tough two-way player, very good shooter. Nick Batum, the guy that never seems to age, is coming back to the Clippers for 2 years. I don't know who this is, to be honest with you. Trevor Queen, I've never heard of this guy. Patty Mills coming back to the Nets. And the Nets are being smart because now that they know that KD and Kyrie are leaving, they are going over the cap and signing players that might have not been able to afford to pay had those two players decided not to bail together. Here, what I spoke about before, Jalen Brunson signing with the Knicks. I like the trade. Listen, at the end of the day, James Harden got all-star money before he was a real all-star when they got him from the OKC Thunder. I don't want to compare them. The only thing they have in common is that they're left-handed, but I'm just saying that if you look at his number while he's on the floor, he's a difference maker. He shoots, he's in the paint. I do think that his style will clash with Julius Randle. Julius Randle has to up his shooting by a lot. He has to shoot 35%. No, excuse me, not even 30. He has to shoot about 35% from three-point land to make this work. If not, they got to move on from him. Obi Toppin showed that he can hit the shot from the outside. Nick Claxton, this is another situation where the Nets were able to sign him. I don't think they sign him if KD doesn't ask for that trade. James Harden, it was kind of cool that James Harden decided not to opt into that $48 million deal to allow the team to get more depth that they lost in trading for him. So this is a smart deal, a smart move by himself. Anthony Gill, I don't know much about. Gary Harris, I do believe he was with Orlando last year, and he started his career with Denver. Small player, but he impacts winning. Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, is going to the T-Wolves. Big loss for the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies keep grinding. Like, they keep churning out more and more small forwards. They picked up a bunch of draftees. I think they had 2 picks, if I'm not mistaken, on draft, so they'll be fine. Helps the T-Wolves out a lot. DeLon Wright, 2 years with the Wizards. I don't know what the Wizards are doing. And they've added 3 veteran guards, and they also drafted Johnny Davis. So it should be an interesting year. I don't know how this helps the Wizards per se, but we'll see. And that's pretty much it. Let me see if let's check to see. I also want to check to see if I missed anything. Let's take and I'm actually on Twitter, same name, Iraq Forever. I mean, ooh, Sharir, that's not what I want. Alright, we gotta edit that out. Alright. Oh, good lord. There you go. There you are. Let's see if I missed anything. Did I miss any? Oh, Kevin Knox going to the Pistons. Good for him. I mean, might be his last contract before he's out of the league. He failed in New York. He failed in Atlanta. So now he's going to the Pistons. If you can't get good minutes over there, then, you're not going to do nothing. This is a big deal. JaVale McGee signing this 3-year deal with the Mavericks. It gives them a nice rolling big to pair with Christian Wood. I still think the Mavericks are gonna make the playoffs next year, even while losing Jalen Brunson. And the Knicks may not, funny enough. Tony Brown Jr., don't know much about him. Lonnie Walker, I'm surprised that the Spurs didn't tender him a deal and made him unrestricted. That's surprising. I had high hopes from him coming out of college. I don't watch Spurs games enough to make a comment, but yeah. Deshaun Tate, he gave the Knicks fits. This kid can ball, and he does a little bit of everything. He's just like it feels like a street baller. He rebounds, he passes, he does a little bit of everything. Dwayne Dedman, I mean, he doesn't really move the needle. He's a good backup center. Devon Reed, I don't know. Javon Carter, so this was a point guard, right? Yeah, he's going back. Wesley Matthews is coming back. Milwaukee's bringing everybody back. Talking about the cap there. Daniel House we spoke of. Bobby Portis. Malik Monk going to the Kings is a pretty big deal in the sense of that he was arguably the most consistent player, obviously outside of LeBron, on the Lakers. I'm surprised they didn't bring him back. They probably couldn't afford it. 2 years and $20 million sounds a little bit rich for me. PJ Tucker going to the Sixers was widely reported before free agency started. He reunites with James Harden, and I do think he toughens them up quite a bit, and they may make a run and try to beat the Celtics next year in the East. Victor Oladipo returning to the Heat. I mean, he seems washed to me. Like, he has burst, but he's not the same player since he's gotten injured. Isaiah Hartenstein, very good defensive player, good metrics, good PER. Just, he's an underrated player, and his on-off numbers are just very spectacular. How does DeAndre Jordan keep making money? Like, seriously. Like, I want to know how he keeps making money. He needs to teach me his tricks because he's been washed for 5 years. Devin Booker got the bag. Nikola Jokic got the bag. I mean, are we surprised? And there's the Gill. Oh, man. So I guess there's going to be no sequel on Netflix. Sad. Oh, wow. A first-round pick. Why would you want Royce or... What? That's a strange... DeJounte Murray, that trade for Danilo Gallinari and 3 first-round pick was pretty rich. Atlanta is pushing all their chips to the front of the table. I don't think this moves the needle for them. They're not beating Boston. They're not beating Philly. They're just... I don't know what the point of that is. Hopefully they got more... Well, not hopefully, because, I don't want to see them win. But I'm assuming that there's more moves ahead, especially with other trades that they have to make. I think that's it. This trade, the Monte Morris and Will Barton for KCP and Ish Smith, was weird to me. I thought Monte Morris and Will Barton were way better. KCP's pretty good. I didn't understand, but it seems to be a win-win. People are saying it's a win-win. I'll believe it when I see it. Kyrie Irving. I don't care about Kyrie Irving. And I think that's about it. Very busy day. There's still more things to do. We got to see where Kevin Durant goes. We got to see where Kyrie's going to go. They're not going to go to the same place, so they need to erase that pipe dream. There's no team in the NBA that has the requisite pieces and the draft capital to be able to make that trade, except maybe OKC, and I don't think OKC wants KD and Kyrie for Chet Holmgren and like 6 first-round picks. I don't know. I just don't even know how that would work. But yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of talking about this. It's just been an insane day. A lot of numbers getting thrown out. The cap was rising. It's gonna be a fun off season, a fun summer league, and a fun start to the regular season. The championship hunt starts now.